So if you clicked on this video, you are interested in the DJI Action 4 or the DJI Action 5 Pro. Well, let's do some side-by-side comparisons and see how they do. Yo, traveling on, back with another video. Excited to use this little rig that I purchased while I'm here in the States. I am in South Carolina. It is a beautiful day. I'm at Fort Moultrie, which is pretty cool. It's a lot of historical significance. And I thought while we are here with my family, just visiting the East Coast, it would be cool to throw in a action camera comparison. So let's jump into it. It is right at about 1 p.m., a little before 1 p.m., so it's not ideal in terms of the sun. I do have ND filters with me, but I don't have two ND filters for the Action 4 and Action 5 to have both the correct ND filters on each one. So I did decide to just go with auto. How are we looking, folks? How does it look? Let me switch over to a selfie mode and we'll take a look and see. All right, so now I've got it in a selfie perspective. How is this looking? The sun is kind of over to my right. Maybe I should try to walk directly to the sun and see how that does. But how is everything looking? I do have both cameras updated to the latest firmware. Last time I did something like this, we've had two firmware updates on the Action 5. And the Action 4 actually had a couple, or at least I had one update since then. So it's nice that DJI continues to do updates. How's this looking, folks? Okay, not sure if you're going to be able to notice a difference, but now I do have it in completely auto mode. Of course, you do have to select 4K 60 horizon balancing, but this is without putting it in pro mode at all. I think for a lot of people, this could be a way to go. My only issue with the worrying about the auto speed is it going to be able to minimize those micro jitters? Of course, I've been doing the last two examples in 1/200, 1/8,000 to try to really minimize that. I'm wondering if the out-of-the-box just auto settings is able to still minimize that. Of course, it is during the day. I do need to do an example at nighttime in the evening. Of course, I'm not in Seoul, South Korea right now, so I'm not going to get all the extra lighting that I would normally get. But here in Charleston, at least in my Airbnb, it doesn't seem like it's lit very well. But I'll see what I can do on a nighttime setting example. But this video will be a standalone daytime comparison. We will do a nighttime setting at some point. But how does the out-of-the-box auto setting look like? But I wanted to kind of do a little bit of bonus footage, kind of walk around and just kind of chat with you all. I hope you all are doing well. I know for my camera folk, I've been a little bit doing videos that aren't really camera related, but this is kind of a hodgepodge of camera comparisons, camera gear, introspective thoughts, and just regular travel vlogs. It's an honor to be able to share life with you all. It's been fun just traveling around America. I did not get the opportunity to do as much video, YouTube video creations as I had anticipated, but I had to spend a lot of time with family and loved ones, so I had to prioritize and make sure I was doing that and not putting something like YouTube first. Yeah, so now that we're going through the dark and into the light, this will be a nice example of how the cameras do. Yeah, it seems a little bit crazy to think about the history of this location and just all the ramifications of what the war brought and the transitions and progression of society, etc. Wow, look at those cannons. Yeah, cannon, right? But yeah, that is really big. That's crazy. I never realized it was that large. But man, could you imagine being here back in the 1860s? Pretty crazy. Let me just stop here, show you all that. How the camera's doing, being able to reflect, show you what it states. Wow, oh wow, look at that. They can like move it so you can aim it better. That's crazy. I don't know if I'm allowed to walk up here, but pretty crazy stuff, man. Would have been crazy to be here at that time. So yeah, now I'm walking away from the sun. How's the face exposure? I think D-Log M may struggle a little bit with face exposure, but when I did an Action 4 comparison before, the Action 4 was a little like, made your face look a little pasty, and it was not a good look. But how are things looking here? Anyways, yeah, I don't know if you guys all heard in the news, South Korea kind of made the international news, but it looks like things have settled down a bit. I had friends all over the States kind of texting me wondering like, hey, what's going on? They didn't realize I was here in America. But fortunately, I think things have settled down and we shouldn't have any problem moving forward. I say we shouldn't, but we'll see. Anyways, yeah, oh, I had this big ambition to eat like a lot of different foods that I normally don't eat in America. So like one of my weaknesses is soda. And I don't know what you all call it. There's like soft drinks, soda pop, soda, a Coke. Let me know down in the description what you call it. But I have a weakness for soda, two sodas in particular, Cherry Coke and Mountain Dew. I don't know what it is. I know it's unhealthy for you, but yeah, I have a weakness for soda. However, I haven't drank soda in years. In Korea, I definitely avoid soda at all costs. And there's one little caveat to that. It's very easy to avoid because they don't have Cherry Coke in Seoul, South Korea. And they also don't have Mountain Dew. But they do have Mountain Dew, but it is not a good rendition of Mountain Dew. It's like a completely different formula, a completely different flavor, and I'm not a fan. So consequently, I have been able to avoid basically soda because there really isn't any temptation to drink soda in Korea since those are my two favorite drinks and they are not available. However, I did end up drinking Cherry Coke. I might throw that little B-roll up. We were at a barbecue place in Savannah, and I remember saying, hey, if there's a Cherry Coke flavor for the fountain drinks, I'm gonna have to give in and drink it. And lo and behold, there was. So I did drink it, and I will tell you, it was pretty heavenly, man. There's just something about Cherry Coke that just, it has that nice cherry flavor to the Coke. It's just a really nice duo on that. So I was really enjoying it. I drank like a cup and a half of cherry Coke, and I haven't drank Mountain Dew yet. I might still do that before I head out. I've got maybe like 4 more days here in the States before I head out, and I have to do that. Another thing I wanted to do while I was in the States is eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos or Flamin' Hot Funyuns. And that stuff is addicting. Unfortunately, we don't have that in South Korea either. So it's funny because, you know, Koreans really like spicy flavors. But for whatever reason, we do have Cheetos in Korea, but it is not the spicy Cheetos. It's not the Flaming Hot Cheetos. And yeah, a little sad about that because, well, actually not sad because it keeps me from eating that stuff. But man, they like put some type of addiction thing in it. And have not yet participated in that. But I think I'm gonna do that before I head back to Korea. Show you my point of view. There is a stranger in front of me. I'm not sure who that person is. That is my, well, I used to call him my little brother-in-law, but he's not my little brother-in-law anymore. But I've known this guy since he was like in 2nd grade. First or 2nd grade. I remember going to his school, but yeah, and like picking him up.
Feel bad for me. I have to deal with him almost my entire life.
Yeah, this is, introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you, YouTube.
Actually, he's a pretty big thing on Spotify. He's got a group on Spotify. What's the name? Threes Us.
Oh, the podcast.
Yeah, the Threes Us podcast. And he and his college buddies do a thing, and they've been doing it for a while. I'll throw that up there. But oh, speaking of podcasts, it was Black Friday sales, and I ended up pulling the trigger on like USB-C XLR microphone, and also what is it, the Rode Duo? You can put 2 XLR inputs and have all these like different sound effects, etc. So I'm really excited about that. I think I'm going to try to go into doing more studio stuff, especially it's winter time now, and Seoul is kind of cold to go out in January, February, March. So I'm gonna do some more like studio setting situations, and I might even do a podcast. So that sounds pretty fun. I don't know what'll happen. I've got a few ideas. I've got some people in South Korea that are wanting to do that too. So I might do a little bit of a collab with them and dip my toe into the podcasting thing, which, I mean, podcasts are blowing up. So I think it'd be cool to just kind of banter back and forth with people, talk with you all, talk different topics. Can I go over here? There isn't like a guardrail. I mean, like a rope that says I can't. Let's come over here and take a look. I'm gonna have someone start yelling at me. Wow. These things are a lot bigger than I realized in real life. But this is Fort Moultrie. Anyways, I hope just the real life example of walking around, getting different lighting is helping you out. I do have to say that the DJI Action 4 I was seeing on Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, it was going for like $209 US, which is a great price for that. And there is nothing really wrong with the DJI Action 4. So, of course, I updated because I'm a semi-professional YouTuber. But, and I have spoken about selling the DJI Action 4, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And right now it's it's kind of advantageous that I didn't, because I can do this comparison video with the Action 4 and Action 5. And I hope for some of you who are kind of deliberating between, oh, should I buy the Action 4? Maybe it's a little long in the tooth. Actually, that's kind of a old person saying anyway. That's a long in the tooth saying. Anyway, but yeah, is the Action 4 something that's going to be, is it going to hold up in 2025? I feel like with DJI, I think you're going to be okay. Of course, if you get the Action 5, you can sync 2 of the DJI Mic 2s to it. You've got longer battery life, a little bit crisper of a LED screen than the LCD screen of the Action 4. But in the end, both cameras, I feel like just in this example, they're doing really well. So I like that part. Where am I going? I think I'll go this way. Yeah, but I've enjoyed my stay in the States, but I'll tell you what though, I am looking forward to going home. Yeah, there's just no place like home. Home sweet home. I know I've talked about some different comparisons of coming back to the States, but I just can't get over how courteous and polite people are. I think it helps, like being in the Midwest and coming to the southeast of the country where it's not as big of a city, but people are really like friendly. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to do this last part, just walking through here with the sun behind me, coming into the shadows, coming into a pretty dark area. It looks like it's probably not exposing well. Maybe the auto mode would have exposed better. But you know what I'm gonna do? I think I might show you all, just coming through this little section here where there's shade. Let's see what the auto mode looks like. Okay, I actually misspoke. I didn't mean auto mode. I meant normal color profile. So I'm still in the higher bumped up shutter speed, but I am in the normal color profile. Let's see if that exposes my face better when I walk through here. It may not do anything though, because it is pretty dark, especially with the sun behind us. So I'm not sure if the normal color profile is gonna do any better. And the shutter speed is bumped up, so that's not gonna help the exposure, but we'll see. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna finish out this video in the normal color profile. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun just being in America, enjoying the big vastness of it all. My family's been enjoying eating good food. I've kind of enjoyed it. I'm not really a foodie, but it's fun to see my wife all happy trying different foods of the Southeast. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end this video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I hope this gave you a little bit better of an idea on what the Action 4 and the Action 5 can do, especially in light of the new updates, the new firmware updates. And yeah, in the meantime, you all, keep traveling on, stay safe, God bless, peace.